You know, I kind of forgot how clean unboxings are when I do this little table. So I'm glad I brought this back out.
I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through, I just gotta get through.
Greetings, comrades. This is Caleb back with another unboxing video of sorts, as well as a sort of installation video, though it's pretty simple because it involves this little guy, my Raspberry Pi from CanaKit. This is Raspberry Pi 4, and as you can see, tiny little PC, got the little heat sinks on here, the little cooling fan on the top, and yeah, this is done great as my little emulator device. And it's time to put this in a new case, because as nice as this case looks, you know, it has this like little Raspberry Pi symbol for ventilation, but it could do with a little more class, you know what I mean? And since I primarily use this as a retro emulation console, I figured I wanted to make it look like a little emulation console, and I think this will do the trick. This is from RetroFlag. They're known for making different like Raspberry Pi cases, and this one I figured would be a good fit. This is the PiStation case compatible with Raspberry Pi 4. Now, interesting thing, I ordered a previous case that looked like a little NES. I'll show it right here. There are quite a few of them for different models of Raspberry Pis, and I ordered this one last week, and it was supposed to come like Friday, but it didn't show up. So due to like unexpected errors in the shipping process, it got pushed back. It was supposed to come Saturday, then it got pushed back again, and they gave me the option to refund it. So yeah, I canceled that order and got refunded. It was just like 12 bucks, so it wasn't a huge loss. This was about the same price, about $10, but of course, since my Amazon Prime subscription is paused, no free shipping, so yeah, this is like $18 altogether. But hey, I think it'll be worth it just to make my emulation console look like an emulation console. And as for what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to eventually get another Raspberry Pi 4, and I'll use that Raspberry Pi as an emulation console on the TV. Even though I dug up the Evercade, which has been a while since I fired that thing up, already updated and whatnot. Might get some more Evercade cards later on the road. It's been a good minute since I bought something for the Evercade. But anyway, yeah, I'll get another Raspberry Pi, put it in this old case, and I'll use that for the TV. And I actually downloaded a different front end from Arcade Punks, which yeah, had 256 gigabyte micro SD card lying around. Figured I might as well put it to use. And yeah, download a different front end. It has significantly less games. This had 20,000 games. There's a little Sonicon cart down here. That one has around 6,000 games, but you know, it's like the arcade stuff, you know, the classic 8-bit and 60-bit consoles, stuff you know works and won't take that much space. Whereas this has stuff like Commodore 64, Dreamcast, and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to move this into this. Let's go and take a look at the box real quick. Pretty simple. I mean, look at the little PlayStation 1, doesn't it? Complete with the power button, the open button, and reset. And I like how it emulates the original PlayStation 1 like box. I think it's a nice little touch they did there. So reset, power, use to it. And what's cool about this is where the USB ports for the controllers are, because you see, it's kind of hard to tell where the front is, to be honest. I usually assume like this is the front because this is where the USB ports are. We got the Ethernet port here, and I consider this like the rear I/O because that's the power for USB-C, the two micro HDMIs, and the AV output for like, you know, headsets and stuff like that. But this kind of fixes that when you put it in here, because it will actually use these USB ports for controllers, and I'm guessing there's some wiring involved to fix up where the I/O is, because you know it's a little bit of a different spot compared to here. You notice the DC input here which is over here. It's a little more off to the side. So it helps make the Raspberry Pi setup look a little more clean. So I figured, you know what? Let's go and give this a try. And no tape this time around, so that's good. And good thing the box isn't damaged at all, so that's really good. So let's go ahead and check this out, shall we? Wow, it's... Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually really cute. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so glad I got this. I would love that NES one, but I don't know. I think this one looks a lot cooler. Look at that. That is so cool. You get your power button. Reset. I'm not sure this will actually work because with my power supply here has a little switch that turns it on. So I'm not sure how it'll work with this, but I guess I'll find out. So there's the 2 USB ports up front. I'm not sure if that's 3.0, but if it's just for controllers, it's not that big of a deal. Okay, so we have so naturally the Raspberry Pi is going to be sitting around here because that's where the micro SD slot is. And yeah, there's the I/O for the other things as well as the DC input. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of connections involved. Hopefully it comes with instructions because that would suck if it didn't. Okay, not only that, but it comes with a few other goodies. Nice, got a little screwdriver because it looks like you actually screw the Raspberry Pi into the case itself, which is interesting because this CanaKit case, all you do is just drop the Pi in and you're good to go. It comes like might as well take this bad boy out and then plug these. Yeah, I'm going to keep this, and you notice it doesn't come with any heat sinks. That's because they're assuming you already have heat sinks for your Raspberry Pi, which now you have a better look at it. In case you want to believe, this is a 4 GB model because I don't really pay attention to the memory this has because I bought this back in 2021, so it's quite a while ago. So anyway, yeah, we're going to go and install it in the middle of this video here. Let's see, please remove the SD card before installing the Raspberry Pi. Okay, I probably should have done that when I took that out. But there's a little space underneath, there's plenty of room. And there's my little Sonicon card. Had no problems with it. I haven't tried too many games on it, but I played them all. They all worked fine. So that's great. So anyway, okay, so I see here we have some okay, so we got some USB ports here, so this plugs in. Okay, so yeah, you plug these into one of these, and that's what you use for the controller ports. Okay, it looks like you got another connection here, which yeah, this moves a power connection, I believe, from here to here, so that way it uses this Type-C port instead of that one. Okay, so install safe shutdown script. Okay, so you had to install a certain script in order to get the that power reset thing to work properly. And looks like the switch is right here. Switch is default on off. Might as well turn that on. It is not responsible for any damage caused in use. Please make sure there's no memory for assembling. Okay, I already took it out, so we're good. So yeah, I might as well do that, see how it is. So anyway, so I did bring my iFixit kit out, but it looks like I don't need it since it came with the screwdriver, so that's really thoughtful. Because a lot of these kits don't come with this stuff. Okay, so we have a few different screws here. Okay, so we've got 4 long silver ones and 3 shorter. Wait, there's more. And of course, just drop them on the floor. There you go. Okay, so we have 6 of these long silver screws and 3 black screws. Okay. Okay, yeah. So. Okay, so this plugs into the USB. So then you hold it like this. So So judging from the looks of it, yeah, it looks like it plugs in this way. Okay. Now we plug this into here. Now I'll just show you a little diagram so you know where they go. And pay attention to the orientation of the Raspberry Pi while you do this. Okay, so there's an application for fan power, which I believe, yeah, this doesn't come with a fan, so I guess I'll be using the fan on this. And it just clips on, so yeah, take that out. So yeah, if I do get a Raspberry Pi, I gotta make sure it comes with the additional heat sinks and a fan, because it looks like I'll be using this one. Yeah, it doesn't come with a fan, it just comes with the case, a screwdriver, and some screws. Okay, so now back to this. Okay, here's this connector right here. Okay. Alright, so this plugs in like here. You don't want to force it in, otherwise you'll bend the pins. There we go. It looks like the fan goes here. So yeah, so this this little disc tray here, that's your ventilation. Yeah, you see, it does have vents on the bottom here. But yeah, you'll probably want this open if you're playing emulation games with this. Definitely this one, because that's where the fan sits, so that's where your ventilation is going to be. Which, by the way, might as well plug in that fan. It's just the perfect size. Just got to make sure it's facing the right. Just a little bit of dust on here. Okay, so plug it in there. Hopefully it fits. It would really suck if it doesn't fit. Alright. And then we've got those screws, because we're using these 3 black ones. Just to make sure. Yeah, it shows the flange slot 30 by 30 by 7 millimeter. Okay. I'm also screw this in before we do anything else. So given that there's 3 holes, which I can kind of see. Let me just check the. Just make sure. Okay, it's just these 3 that need screws. I thought I'd be doing this, and it's not going in. Oh wait, does it go in the other way? Yeah, these aren't screwing in. Because those longer screws are for the case itself. Maybe I have this in backwards? I think I have this in backwards. I kind of want to... No, it goes in that way. Because... Yeah, you see this fan here? There's those dips in there, so... that would mean that these would fit. Probably just gonna put a little force. Let's go ahead and put this back in there. it slips off. It's kind of magnetic, but not really. It's not screwing in. They're going from the top? No. No, they're not going through the top. You know what? Since there's already these clips here that are holding it in place, I don't even think I need the screws. In fact, it doesn't even... Oh, okay. I see now. Okay, those screws aren't for the fan. Oh, I'm such a dum-dum. Which you assume that because you see those 3 holes, like, okay, that's where the 3 screws go, but no. That's actually where you screw the Raspberry Pi. So first, let's connect the fan so it doesn't cause problems. Thing is, I can't tell which... Okay, positive on the top. So red should be positive, just to make sure. There's no... Hope I don't screw this up. Because normally the negative's the ground. Okay. So it goes in so. Fan's connected in. Now we just gotta route the wires so it's not sticking out. Yeah, it'll do. Okay. So now we put the Raspberry Pi. Okay, it goes in. Okay, so gotta pay attention to the orientation here because it shows on the instructions here. Okay, let me flip it. Okay, so it goes here. So this goes here. Yeah, because that's where the I/O goes. Okay. And those black screws are actually for mounting the Raspberry Pi onto here. Yeah, I see now. Because that USB connector right there, it seats right there. Okay. We're on the right track now. By this whole installation is being unedited, so yeah. So now the Raspberry Pi will be getting power through this Type-C port instead of that one. So one of the reasons I'm glad I got this case is because it makes the I/O a little cleaner. But I'll show you in the end. You still have access to the other USB ports. I'll show that once I finish this. Okay, just hope did it even show what it just shows where to install the fan. It doesn't say what orientation. I had the... You can kind of see the label here, so this is sort of intake. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be. Which, you know what? I can just swap it real quick, because of the Raspberry Pi, the Connecticut case here, the label is facing inside the case. So it's blowing air out, so I'm assuming that's how it's going to be here too. And that door's going to be open either way for ventilation. So I'm just going to It's not much. I just gotta flip the. It's no big deal. Just gotta flip the fan the other way around. Right there. It should be, because this side would be exhaust, which I'll try it out this way. I'm pretty sure that's the right way. So Weird has 4 screw holes, but he only gives you 3 screws. But it shows the instructions. You don't need to put a screw on this corner right here. Helps if you can see this stuff. Keep moving it closer to me. Okay, this is a bit more involved compared to the case that came with the Raspberry Pi. I got it, and of course the screw drops inside. Wonderful. Okay, here. Honestly, even if the fan's not the right way, it's not a huge deal. Well, okay. So, you know what? I think I will swap the fan the other way. Again, it's just clip on, so. Because you would need this blowing air in, so that way the heat sinks will actually get the airflow and it'll actually dissipate heat properly. Hey, you learn as you go, you know? Okay, so just these 3 corners, not the lower left. Don't fall off this time. You know what? Okay, let me get my iFixit kit. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of fun doing these Raspberry Pi things. When am I getting another one? Which I do plan on getting another one at some point. Just to, you know, do a casual put together, you know? Okay, not that one. It's small. So that might be too big. Not this one. This should work. There we go. Much better. So it's because I didn't bring the iFixit kit with me. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna kind of like how you do a normal motherboard. You wanna start at one corner, then go to the opposite corner diagonally, and then you put the screw in. So that way you have plenty of support putting the rest in. Okay. This may not be perfectly straight, but... Okay. Now... So the micro SD slot's there, so this goes on top. Pop it open, but that's why we put the screws in. So it'll start here. Okay. Keep pulling it down. Yeah, it's fairly simple. Whereas, again, maybe not as simple as this, but the Canon kit case, you just pop the Raspberry Pi in, and then connect the fan, you're good to go. Otherwise, you have extra connectors that adjust the I/O a bit. But I'm not gonna lie, it looks really cool for like a $10 case. I probably would have liked that NES one if the shipping didn't fuck up. But I'm just glad I was able to refund it. I actually ordered this case like the day prior to me canceling that other one. Just in case that didn't go through, and well, you know, it didn't go through, so good thing I ordered this one. And this one actually showed up, so yay. And one more. I'm pretty sure I'll know if I messed anything up when I try to power it on. And there we go. The PiStation is complete. And it looks really cool, doesn't it? Again, it looks really cool. Almost a one-on-one replica of the PlayStation 1. At least from here. You got the power button here and the reset. The open button. Yeah, you want this open. I like how there's micro SD card storage here. Like, it's just gonna be sliding around and stuff. There's no, like, slot to actually stick the card in there so it doesn't slide around. But yeah. Highly recommend keeping this open if you're actually playing it, so that way it actually gets ventilation. There are your USB slots in the front for the controllers. And here's a back I/O, which also notice this little tab here. It looks like this. Yeah, okay, that's how you access the other ports. You got the other USB 3.0 ports as well as the Ethernet port. So that's pretty cool. So that's how you can access it. I thought afraid they'll just be like left out in the open, and of course that pops out. There we go. And there's the more clean URL. I don't know what these screw ports are for. Maybe that's for like mounting on a wall or something, or actually I think I know. It's to mount like a small like monitor, because there's a second version of this that actually comes with like a little screen, so you can use it as a portable gaming device. This one, so you got the micro HDMI here, audio jack here, and this is the new power input there. And down here's where you put the SD cards. And might as well pop this sucker back in. I like how there's a little slot here, so you guys have to like adjust it, then you can plug it back in. So that's why they want you to remove it, because you notice the board's not exposed there. So yeah, you might break the SD card slot if you just leave it in there. All right. So yeah, that is the PiStation case for my Raspberry Pi 4. It looks so cool. I'm so glad I got this one instead of the NES one. Yeah, when I eventually do get another Raspberry Pi 4, I might just get a Raspberry Pi 5. Because they have more cases of the Raspberry Pi 5, including one of those little N64, which looks so cool. If I do get a Raspberry Pi 5, I'm definitely getting that case. It's gonna look so cool, especially in the entertainment center. And that's where I find different front ends for that. Thankfully, Arcade Punks has plenty of front ends for that. Oh, and I just thought about this since I saw this. Since this looks like a PlayStation, it's a perfect match for the GameSir Teganeria. Granted, it's a bit of a brighter gray in person. And it's basically the camera because it looks a little darker. But yeah, since this is based on the DualShock 1, more or less, this is a perfect controller fit for this little guy. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, that is the PiStation case for the Raspberry Pi 4. And a little installation video. It took a little longer than I expected it to, because I just wanted to make sure the fan was connected properly so it gets proper ventilation. And once more, you gotta play it with this open so you actually get the ventilation. Because that fan's not gonna do you any good if it's just blowing nothing in. So anyway, this is Caleb signing out. Go have a good day.
I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls, cause I'm not in the mood. But then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all, if you're patient and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really